Who could forget May 18th, 2024, Tyson Fury versus Usyk right here at the Kingdom Arena.
Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape.
And here is Emmanuel Augustus, 170 centimeters tall with a reach of 173.
And standing across the ring from him, perhaps the greatest.
And here is Emmanuel Augustus. You talk about one of the most unique styles in boxing history. This man has it. The drunken master, ladies and gentlemen.
Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Chicago.
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put... Here we go for round 1. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Nice counter. The straight right just misses.
They exchange punches.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
They're both trying for a knockout.
Augustus is wobbly right now. It's in big trouble.
And down goes Emmanuel Augustus.
And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
That's lights out right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
So close with that uppercut.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore?
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. What a huge moment. There's the bell for round 2. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now, oh, wait a minute! Augustus is clipped. And Emmanuel Augustus is down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round 1. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. And he scores with the counter. counter shot.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Augustus in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Can make or break a fighter.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
It's all offense all the time. That left hook misses. Good counter punching. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Do you believe what we are seeing? Nice counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Nice stop, but that won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Augustus in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this.
There's the bell for round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Perfect counter shot. What you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
There's a counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Well done with that counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Got buzzed there. He's in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Being dazed now needs to steady.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put up.
Back into the fray here in round 5. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Holding nothing back here in the round. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. A perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. You don't want to trade shots. That counter punch caught him clean. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab just missed with the left hand. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter shot. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Get your mind back on the job.
There's the bell for round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. His stamina is off the charts. Just missed with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out if you prepare.
Here we go, it's round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Stamina is is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Punch, counter punch. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. That counter shot lands. When are we going to... Did you see that? Oh, and Augustus might be ready to fall down. This round's still up. And before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. We'll see how much... There's the bell to start round 8. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Augustus about to crumble to the canvas. Didn't wait too long. And what else could they do but to take a knee here?
It's really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are. To be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close.
Wise decision to take a knee here and get that mandatory 8 count.
What you see right there is a heartbroken fighter.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Augustus doesn't beat the count, and it's over. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.